what's up, YouTube? I don't really know what I'm doing here, and I don't think there's any. That my stream went bad. It's very confusing. I thought there was a thing where I could see like my stream health. I'm kind of curious about that. Let's cancel this. Hi, Cameron Roberts and S. and Carthy. Good to see you all. I really wish there was a way to tell how good the stream was going. I saw a thing earlier for stream health. I don't know. It says excellent connection, so we're just gonna keep going. If you guys can hear me, just say something in the chat, because I'm still not sure if that's working. I was gonna pull the stream up on my phone, but I'm worried that would take too much of my internet away. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. I've got a couple sketches of kind of what I want to do for this G. And I need to get moving because I'm trying to stay on track with the challenge. And yeah, it's kind of like coming at me. 3 o'clock, I think, is when the 3 o'clock is when the clocks turn over in Spain, which is where they host this project. So I kind of have to get this done by 3 Pacific, and that'll include rendering. Thank you for the sound confirmations. I got those. Still curious about the delay, but anyways. So if you guys saw my post yesterday, it was this F. This was the F post, you know, kind of when you look at it from the front. I've got 2 cameras and ollies. I didn't think I was going to keep that up, but I probably will. So anyways, the way I've been doing this, and it's really important if you're going to try to do a consistent like daily project, it's important to kind of have some like guidelines for yourself. So for me, obviously, it's the color, and kind of the theme is architecture. And so yeah, I need to, you know, I'm kind of keeping those things as a constant, and that allows me to save some time. You know, limited number of materials, stuff like that. So so the way I've been kind of starting these is basically using the same scene every time, and you know, ideally changing as little as possible. Obviously, the building changes every time, but I'm trying to keep kind of the way the backdrop works, the color theme, the same materials, and stuff like that. And I have been starting to kind of incorporate these assets. They're just so easy to drag in, and they make things look so much better. So anyways, like I think I've tried to say 3 times now, I use the same file. So I'm going to go ahead and save over this, and I've got a new folder here for G. So I'm going to save this as g.blend. There, it says it reconnected. So yeah, I'm just going to start kind of deleting stuff. I want to hold on to certain elements, you know, like this is something I'll probably use again. So let's just delete everything except, you know, some of those. So now I've got that, but now I lost it. This is probably kind of a waste of time, honestly. Saving all this stuff. I just want to make sure. Okay, so now YouTube's telling me not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Thank you, Love Beats, for your comment. Oh, this is so fun commenting with you guys. Okay, so it is distracting though. So what was I doing? Let's just go ahead, and I don't want to use this again. For one, it's like super cliche. Come on, Eames Lounge. Okay. So this is the little point, like a, what do you call it, spotlight I've been using in every render. So we'll hold on to the spotlight. Don't need this one. I can get rid of this lamp. Let's just, I don't think I'll lose all my materials. So see, I kind of have, see, the way I've been able to do these a little faster is by kind of reusing a lot of elements each time. I know we're not going to reuse this staircase. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I got disconnected. Now maybe I'm back. This is weird. This may never work again. I don't know. So you guys, this is the first ever stream. Okay, so I'm just deleting some stuff. This is my glass material. I'm just gonna RY90 and then select everything except that. Basically, yeah, so I'm just trying to like hold on to some pieces because I'll probably use the same elements next time. Get rid of that for the glass. Okay, so this was my ceiling, this is my wall. Okay, so one thing I think I should probably do is just... So I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about my G plan. I think I'm going to have kind of like a... And by the way, this box here, I've kind of got as my bounds so that I don't have to move the camera too much every time. I try to keep the building kind of in this box so that things stay pretty centered, pretty similar size, and I can use similar values every time. So one of the first things actually I'll do before I forget, I kind of have a cool material set up here for, it may not be clear yet, or you might not be able to tell from the Instagram posts, but each post is getting a little bit different color. And so there's 36 days, so I took 36 and divided it by 1 divided by 36, I think was 0.028. So I multiply that by the day that it is, and it gives me a new output on this color ramp. You can see, like, on the 36th day, it will look like that color, and it should clamp at 36. It shouldn't go past that. So slowly, it should look really cool if I can finish this project. Every post will be a different color. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. G will be 7. So this will be 7. And I have a couple materials set up like this. So that is my regular one. The other material I have is a kind of like scratchy, bumpy material. So that'll also be 7. Hey, Mr. Gizmo, thanks for your comment. Thanks for being here. Okay, colors adjustable, scratchy. Colors adjustable, lighter. I wanted to keep everything the same color, but it just really wasn't working out. I think it was on the B. I kind of had a little bit of a contrast issue where you really just couldn't see the outline. So I introduced this this other color that I adjust a little bit every time. But I want them to all be basically like the same hue. So so we're leaving that. Okay, so that's a 7. That's a 7. 7. Thank you, Love Beats. I found this color palette, I think, on, I feel like Gal Shearer runs the site. It's like, let me see if I can find it. Color, yeah, it was Color Hunt. There it is. So, yeah, I'm really not good with colors, but you don't have to be. Like, it's so easy just to find a color palette, and this site is great for it. And then you just use that, and it's way better. So yeah, I found a color palette I liked. It might be that one, and I just copied all those values into a color ramp. And what's this extra window? Copied them all into a color ramp and kind of blended them together, and so I get this kind of cool gradient. I really hope it works out. I'm excited to kind of see all the posts together again if I finish it. So okay, for the G, I think I usually in these posts have kind of like a floor. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm actually going to use that same floor. So this just has a solidify. Mad. Hi guys, is anybody who tested Creator's Driver? Okay. I don't know what that is. So anyways, this just has a solidify. So this will be kind of like the center of the G, which if I'm looking at my bounds, is probably about the right size. Okay. And then I think what I want to do is have like kind of a roof. So we'll use this for the roof. Let's see, I'm just going to hold on to like 2 vertices here. That one and that one. Delete the rest, press F. So the reason I'm doing some of that is just to, like, you know, keep my origin and some of the modifiers I have on here. Whichever I don't need all these, like I don't need subdivide. Won't use the Boolean. Oh, which reminds me, there's a Boolean hiding in here somewhere. Cutter, which made that hole in the roof. Let's turn that on. Get rid of that thing. Okay. So got rid of that. Let's save. What's this cube? If you're just joining me, you may see me just deleting stuff here. And that is because that's what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of the F, but I'm just kind of breaking it down into elements that I can use to build the G. And this is another thing that obviously stays every time, is this cute little letter. So let's rotate that on the x-axis just for now. Kind of put it over here out of the way. I'm just gonna get rid of these pieces. It's not too hard to recreate that, and they're kind of bugging me. All right, this is a wall. We'll go ahead and use that. I'll actually just delete it, but I'm gonna like stay in edit mode here and add a new circle. Now I keep making these. I keep kicking myself in the foot here. Reading comments. Check Cabot's channel. I'm gonna have to look into that afterwards. So I'm gonna make this like 128 vertices. I keep doing less and then using a subdivide, but then it makes it difficult when I'm like cutting into it and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna have this be like the wall of my G. So we'll just move this out here. Something like that, I think, is good. Okay, so that'll be that. And I think I'll use a solidify to make it solid. Groundbreaking stuff, I know. And then we'll just pull this out to here. It's going to be kind of like a Google looking G. So yeah, let's just, so for the height of these buildings, this is all like almost real world scale, but it's really not, because the height of the roof usually ends up being like 6 feet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that should look pretty good for what I'm doing. Okay, so those already had a solidify modifier on them, which is the reason why I try to save all these parts, is just saving myself a little bit of time. These do have subdivision. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't think I need it. Let's make sure this is on shade smooth. Okay, it is, but I'm getting some funkiness on the bottom because we need to, oh, auto smooth is on. What's going on here? Maybe it's just, I guess it's looking right. It might be the shading settings here where you can turn on a cavity and stuff. I wonder if that's it. Probably. Anyways, I'm cool with it. Looks fine for now. Okay, so there's that. So now let's kind of cut that hole in the G. Let's see, 1, 2, okay. Sometimes I get kind of tripped out which side is the front. It doesn't really matter, but I like to know. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave, I'm going to take, like, should we do like an angle? Let's see. I'm just gonna, what's up, quarterback? Thanks for coming through. You inspired my morning. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell, but quarterback left me a YouTube comment, and he was wondering if I could break down this other guy's work on Instagram, and I really liked that guy's work, so I was like, heck yeah. I reached out to him. He said yeah. So okay, what I'm doing here now, guys, is just, I'm kind of using this just as a reference. So I'm looking in the top corner here. I'm like addicted to even numbers, so I have to have it be like something real. Okay, so 70 degrees looks like it lines up with a vertice. Pretty close. Okay, so we're gonna delete this side. Well, I think we'll actually just separate it. So we're gonna move this, get rid of this. And that's just to cut our G out. You know, I might, no problem, quarterback. Should be fun. Those posts that you shared with me were, they could be tricky. I think Mark was saying he does a lot of stuff in After Effects, which for those of you who are watching this, let's see if we can find Mark Malta. So yeah, quarterback was asking on another YouTube video if I could do a breakdown of this guy's work. This is one of the videos he sent me. Pretty freaking cool. I think that this little flaky thing is in After Effects. So I might be able to look into that, but I am not an After Effects pro. And then what's the other video you shared? It kind of looked like that one. Is it that one? I don't think it's that one. But anyways, you guys should check out Mark Malta. He's got really cool stuff. And he shared the little Yeah, so that was Quarterbrick's comment. And then, yeah, anyways, let's get back to it. I got G's to make. Okay, so right now I'm like deleting, what was I doing? I'm deleting this stuff right here. I'm wondering like how this is going to look from the top if I leave it, because I think I'm going to have like a walkway coming in here to make the G. So I'm trying to think if I should like have it be offset, or if I should cut the thing off here. I really just don't know. Ooh, you know what? I have an idea. We'll leave this as just the roof. Ooh, there we go. This is some brilliance. That part doesn't make sense now, but you'll see in a second. Okay, so that is going to be a separate object. I think that will be glass. I think I want to leave that as like a glass thing. And it looks like that's already... Oh, no. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's change this to glass. See, I have this glass material already set up. And then I can also make it so it's not quite so thick. Just something like that. It's doing these daily projects is a really good way to like break perfectionism. Like normally I would go in here and I'd want the glass every time to be like exactly 0.13 or something, but just no time for that. Gotta move a little quicker when you're doing this. So I'm not loving how thick this stuff is. I wonder if I should make the whole thing maybe a little bit bigger. This is probably gonna throw me off, but dang it. Okay, we got that. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna scale Shift Z. I'm just gonna make this whole thing a little bit bigger. I don't know, that's too big. I like how it is. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so this was just a little reference thing, so we can delete that. Okay, so that's the G. Wait, Love Beats. You should change the title to 36 Days of Type G. I thought that was the title. I know the picture is the F, but does it not say G for you guys? 36 Days of Type G. Here, I'm gonna show you guys these settings. Let's see what we can do. 36 Days of Type G. Thumbnail's the F. Enable monetization. Yeah, I'm gonna get rich today for sure. I think it says G. Let me know what the deal is there. So what was I doing? Man, this is kind of tricky. Maybe this whole thing should be glass. It's gonna be really dark. It's gonna be really dark in there. Yeah, let's maybe make... Oof, this is tricky. Okay, let me do the roof. Did I save the roof somewhere? I thought I saved a roof piece. Okay, well these are now titled roof apparently. Oh wait, look at that. There it is. Okay, I think this was my roof. So let's press X to delete those. Shift A, circle. It's like a really dangerous world when you start deleting. When you delete everything in edit mode, you start getting these objects that are basically invisible, and the origin is way up there. So let's just set the origin to geometry. I need to change my pivot point back to median. Okay, I'm gonna make a roof. Let's see here. So I'm gonna try to do this pretty simple. We're just gonna kind of go to the edge there. Press E, scale out. Okay, that's my roof. Okay, now I'm going to delete this part. Let's see if we can see through here. And delete that too. Okay, so that is... Dang it. Are you kidding me? Accidentally grabbed an extra. Okay. Quarterbrick, yeah, he definitely uses After Effects on a lot of his renders. It's so eye-catching. Yeah, After Effects, I took like an After Effects class in college, and it was kind of cool. The professor was like ridiculous. But I learned a few things. It was kind of fun, and I didn't really get back into it for a long time. But lately I've been trying to use it more, because there's a lot of, doing stuff straight out of Blender is obviously very fun, but just adding that extra little touch can go quite a long ways. Okay, I do want this to be gone, so let's... Dude, I'm still getting used to these damn things. I thought this was... I didn't want this to be solid. I wanted to use a solidify. Okay, so now we're gonna... Let's get rid of that. Since I think this is just gonna be like one piece, I'm gonna go back and watch this live stream, and I'm probably like doing things like 6 times over. Okay, so I know that's just gonna be solid, so I don't want it to be actual geometry because then it's harder to work with. So I'm just using the solidify modifier. Now let's get this wall. Dang it, dude. This was supposed to be... I wonder if this will work out. Let's select this one. Select this one. Separate by selection. Tab. Join this one to this one. Remove double vertices. Ha! Oh, dang it. Almost. Actually, that looks kind of cool. Love beats, add a colon. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. We can do that. I'll add the colon. Edit. Colon. Brought to you by Love Beats. I tell him eat the cookie because it's good for him. Let's pull this bad boy back up. Okay. So yeah, when I copied the thing over, it took the materials too. So we gotta get rid of that. Colors adjustable lighter. Okay, so that's glass. I'm really screwing this up here. I think, okay, so I'm gonna have like a walkway. Where's the walkway gonna be? Let's put the walkway right here. And let's make it that wide. Okay, is that even? Down to there, down to there. I think so. EX. Okay, so that has a subdivision surface on it we don't want. Let's okay, let's move this out to right here. We can change it later. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the subdivision surface on here. Don't need that. Keep things nice and straight. Okay, so that'll be my G. Let's get... I think I want to get rid of, like, most of this wall here. Yeah, maybe let's, like, make the inner wall, like, low. That might look cool. And then... What is this little vertex doing? Oh, wait, that's the lamp. Dang it. These blender modes, I swear. Like, they're driving me crazy. I can't select stuff the same. I'm not going to complain about 2.8 though. Because it's a good thing. Ooh, love beats. Message retracted. I didn't catch it. What could that have been? I wonder if my streamer powers will allow me to go back and see what terrible things you said. Just kidding. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do like a little double wall. This is gonna look kind of like an Apple pavilion or whatever. Yeah, so let's leave that. I think that's pretty sweet. And then maybe we add let's add some posts. Let's add some freaking posts. I like posts. I thought posts were gonna be in all these, but they haven't been. Circle. Where'd my circle go? There's my circle. Okay, don't need 128 for this. Important thing when modeling. If you know something's going to be small or not that detailed, use your geometry wisely. And now I will go ahead and be an expert here and make this small. Okay, I probably don't need this to be on live preview. Let's just get rid of that. And honestly, I could probably move this over. It's like ridiculous how long I spend modeling in these like tiny windows off to the side. Just because I want to keep my setup. Alright, how long have we been streaming now? 28 minutes, holy crap. Yeah, let's keep going here. Okay, so we got that. What were we doing? We were adding posts. Where'd my circle go? There's my circle. I'm going to scale this down pretty small. Easy. Make it about the same height. Let's now move this. Should we make these all one object? I think so. I could use the spin thing. I don't want to use the spin thing. I should use the spin thing with array. All right, let's move this over here. Okay, now. Oh, this is even, look, I already have a spin thing there. This is left over from the spiral staircase in the F post. So let's Alt-R, Alt-G, reset everything. I'll move it up, because I think that's fine. And then we're going to do the spin thing I was referring to it as, and that's going to be an array. But we're going to use object offset. We're going to offset it with this empty here. Maybe this has to be down. RZ. Wait. Oh. Hold on. Control space. Yeah, dude, I use that a lot, but then it hides the modifier thing, and that drives me freaking crazy. So let's see here. Oh god, I gotta figure out how to turn this off. If you guys don't follow me on Behance, go check it out. That's what I'm getting notifications for. Okay, so I was gonna get rid of the relative offset here. And now let's make more of them so we can see what's happening. Okay, where's the damn... This is the frustrating part about when I put everything in the middle. Okay, so that's working, but I think this needs to be... What? RZ. Okay, so it's rotating around... Why can I never figure this out? I knew this was a bad idea. So scale makes them bigger every time. R makes them... I knew this was going to be embarrassing. You guys all think I'm a Blender pro. And then I'm here trying to do easy stuff and I can't figure it out. This is actually, I'm not... So I did this with the staircase thing. And it just worked out really cool. Like I liked it. But I don't really use this method of arraying things very often. Okay, so this is turning it every time. I think I'm just... I'm gonna bail on this. I don't know if this is even the right application for that. So we're going to say if that. We're gonna get rid of the array modifier. Because what I can do is just snap my rotation to the middle and then make sure I've got this in the place I like it. Oh wait, and then we need to put... we'll just leave it there. Okay, so I think I want it to be a little bit smaller. Doing it as origin of object needs to be on your empty, says decompiler. Is that gonna work? I think you're right. Let's try it again. Let's just try it again. This is gonna be a learning moment. And decompiler is here to assist. I'm controlling Zing here. Ah, dang it. You get caught out here. Gotta find your way back in. Okay. Origin of object. Okay, so let's select cursor to selected on that empty. And then right click, set origin to 3D cursor. Oh yeah, baby. I'm feeling this already. I have done this before and it worked, so I shouldn't have given up so quick. Look at that, everybody. Decompiler. Saves the day. Why are they a little bit offset? RZ. All these damn wireframe modes. Is there still a freaking thing going on in here? Relative offset. Don't merge. Constant offset. Object offset. This is one thing I don't like about left click select is like I like to keep my gizmos on. Okay, now we're running into issues again here. 40 degrees, sure. So something's off with the way I have this going. Dude, decompiler. I'm gonna do all my creations live stream from now on, so you guys can just help me. Everybody go check out decompiler. Decompiler, right there. This guy. He's got all the knowledge. Go follow his tutorials. They're obviously gonna be probably way faster and full of the actual right information. How did I get the scale off? I think I am the best guy at not getting the scale off. It's one of my talents, actually. Okay, so this is actually going to work out good. So I want to wrap maybe some glass around here. And a problem when I try to use the skin modifier or wireframe is that it does it everywhere, and I don't know. Anyways, this will be cool. So let's see here. What do I need to do? I think I'm going to bring the glass. Let's just should we get rid of the glass right here? Okay, one thing I think I did want to do. Alright, decompiler says he does not have any tutorials, so everybody take his knowledge and go make tutorials about him. Or, decompiler, I encourage you to make some tutorials. Alright, so I just deleted that. I thought it would be kind of cool to have the, oh wait, no, I don't think that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to get rid of this, so that the pathway can kind of like be open here. So let's yeah, I thought it would be cool. I mentioned this like earlier. I thought it would be cool if the roof came around, so it didn't look so like obvious when you were on the ground, but from the top it would look like a G. Okay, so that's the G part of the G. Do we need to? Is this even gonna look like a G? Can we step back here? I feel like this needs to be more visible, or there needs to be, maybe we could do a roof there. Let's all right. This is how most Blender projects go, by the way. Everybody thinks this stuff just comes to be, but this is fun to do it live, because you guys can see that I'm not as cool as you think I am. I don't like the way that looks either, though. So let's, here, I know how we can kind of even this out. I want this to be flat across. So we're going to, let's get rid of this and this. And then let's get rid of this and this, maybe. We'll leave that one. Now this might end up looking a little bit janky, but I'm going to rotate this to here. So we keep our circle, and then we're just going to kind of spread this out. I just want that to come to a nice like flat spot, which I know this is going to look a little bit funky. I want it to still look sort of smooth. Okay, I think that'll be fine. It's a little more G-like. Now, should we do... Oh, what do I use Slack for? Love Beats asked. Not much. Sometimes when I work on freelance projects, they like have me come into a Slack channel, which is pretty cool. There's also some groups. I might be moving to Austin, Texas soon. I live in Santa Barbara, California now, and I was on Slack a lot. I visited there recently, and I was trying to like kind of get a feel for the community and stuff. So I found some Slack channels with designers in that area, and yeah. So this is that little cube. If you've seen the posts, I use it as kind of just an extra element. It's already set up with some rotation. So yeah, we'll leave that. Now, honestly, this is not looking very exciting. We need to spice it up. I need to figure out the glass thing here too. I think to make this look more like a G, we really need to just ditch the glass, everything over here. So I'm going to move this back over. And then I want to get this glass to go all the way around again. So I'm just going to rotate it until it lines up somewhere. And I'm going to rotate all this. Do the same thing. And then Shift D, rotate. So I'm getting like tons of double vertices here, but I just remove them. Okay, so now I have my glass everywhere. Alright, so we're going to ditch it right here, here. We'll let it go all the way to there. Ducky, what's up, man? Guys, if you want some real tutorials, some quick hits, Ducky is your man. He's got really cool stuff. Alright, so now I'm going to scale this all out just to kind of get it kind of like even. I'm going to use it as these, it's kind of going to be the panes there. The panes of making a G. I'm just kidding, that's like some type of a bad dad joke. Alright, so let's just move that up to there. Actually, one thing I've been doing, I'm thinking about this. I don't want this to be too consistent. I need this to be kind of cool. Maybe we should get rid of the middle. Maybe we should get rid of the middle glass. Or maybe we'll make it short. That's been kind of a fun thing. Look at that, I just blind selected that. That's like no scoping in Call of Duty. It's like me going under here and then boom, picking a, didn't work that time. Picking some vertices. Alright, so we got our little center area. We're going to imagine this as kind of like a Zen garden. And we definitely want it to be friendly for the elderly. So I will be creating a handrail. So this is one of the pieces I could have saved earlier when I was deleting everything, but I didn't. So we're going to recreate it. RX90. So the way I make most of these little railings, and by the way, you can do this in all sorts of projects. This is one way to make things look a lot more detailed pretty simply. It's just like add tubes and wires and stuff. I think actually, if you guys are looking at the chat, Ducky, who joined us a moment ago, he's got some really cool tutorials where, yeah, basically the gist of it is it's not that hard to make something that looks really cool and complex because you can use modifiers and stuff like that to do so. So yeah, check out Ducky. He's a cool dude. So I'm trying to add a skin modifier here. It always is freaking huge. So Control A will adjust that. And now what I'm going to try to do, even though skin modifier won't necessarily take these into account, I'm just going to get rid of this edge because I don't want it. Okay, so now we are going to make that handrail into the center. Vertice select, grab. So here's our little handrail. Now I think I'm going to just go ahead and give it some bevel. Control B, and then you need to press V if you're doing just a vertice. And I'm just going to give this a nice little round there. And yeah, that should be good. Maybe we can make it a little bit lower. Ducky in the chat. Yeah, just combining random modifiers with a displacement will always get you something cool. It's true, guys. Just click all these and you'll end up with probably something pretty cool. It'll look cool, but will it have thought behind it? That's up to you. So yeah, make stuff cool. And like, I don't know, I'm gonna get too philosophical here. Alright, I'm adding some subdivision surface just to smooth this out. And when you use the smooth modifier, you have to turn smooth shading on right there. Oh, Mike Myers, thanks for being a fan. Don't kill me in a Mike Myers mask from the Halloween movie. Love Beats is asking, what would be the best material to use for a fantasy style but realistic-ish cave? I have already modeled it, basically a long and narrow path on pillars in the middle of a huge cave. One of the materials from Ducky's channel, honestly, would be awesome. I actually have a tutorial on making a cave, but it sounds like you've already got your cave. But you could use the material that I use in there, and just make it like change up the color ramp, and that would give you some pretty cool stuff. All right, I'm gonna start chopping this stuff up a little, so I'm gonna make this a separate object. I think mainly I don't want this glass to be quite so thick, something like that. And of course, after I separated it, I want to do it on this. Okay, so we've got, let's see what we're looking like here. Let's get over here into render mode. Gem-like structure. Did I see Spring? I saw Spring. I did. I watched it just like yesterday, the day before. Actually, maybe it was Friday. I don't know. I didn't watch it on the premiere, so I'm embarrassed to admit I'm not as much of a Blender fan as I thought I was. I am a huge Blender fan, but for some reason I was unavailable to watch it at the premiere. Okay, so that's my lighter color. We got that. Alright, this is really looking pretty plain, guys. We got the basic shape down here. Kind of looks like a G. Maybe that center circle is too big. I think we definitely have too many posts here. So let's get rid of some posts. Let's select that. Oh wait, no, we need to get this. Let's make it so there's like 6. Which means we need to select our empty again. This is the problem when you put everything in the middle. It's hard to select things. Ducky is asking if I follow, or wait, Matthew Encina. Yeah. So Ducky's asking if I've met this guy Matthew Encina before. Matthew is a really talented motion designer himself. He works for a studio called Blind, which is in Santa Monica, California, kind of outside LA. And he does really good work, but most of how I found him and how many people find him / other stuff is there's a channel called The Future on YouTube, and they do pretty amazing videos, a lot about kind of like the business of design, so you can check them out. So, you know, they started off as they're like a design firm, Blind, but then they started this kind of separate company called The Future, and that's basically like education. They teach you a lot about the business of design, and they just also have these courses and stuff, but the YouTube channel is where most stuff happens. And Matthew is, I would guess he's in this picture. There he is, right next to Chris, the main guy. But yeah, so Matthew, he's a motion designer, and to answer the question, I have met him. I think he followed me before I met him. But since I live in Santa Barbara, I have driven down to some of the live events that they do. I think I've been to like 3 of them, and at one of them I did meet Matthew. He's a really cool dude, and yeah, you guys should definitely, if you're interested at all in like making money with your art, you know, for a lot of you guys, probably Blender. This channel is like loaded with, you know, like here, pricing, design work, and creativity, 1.5 million views. Their videos are like straight fire knowledge, so definitely check them out. Okay, we're getting a funky thing with the glass here. I think that's because I have smooth shading on, but not. Okay, I do have auto smooth on. What is going on today? Is it because I'm in? Why is that happening? Decompiler's going to come out of the woodwork with an answer for me any minute now and help me. So maybe I want to just, let's see, modifiers, solidify, bevel. Oh, I don't need the bevel. Will that get rid of it? It did. So the bevel was doing something funky there. Base my caves material on the ending of Annihilation. That would be really cool. That movie was pretty dope. Alright, so we've got this little pavilion here. Let's spice it up. I think I'm gonna add some little tiny lights. So, God, we need to do more here. This is like, I'm not liking it that much. I'm going to duplicate this with Alt. Now let's do Shift D in case it's different. And then I'm gonna get rid of the array there. And then set origin to geometry. I used to use the Shift Control Alt Z. I don't know if that still works. That was like the most intense Blender hotkey to set the origin to the center. I don't know if it still works. I haven't even really tried it. Ducky, yes, watching that channel has made me want to do some talks one day. Yeah, guys, check out, I'll say it again, check out the future. This is gold. Blender doesn't have to just be for fun. I make pretty much all my money with Blender, so you can too. Alright, I like these being a little thinner maybe. No, I better leave them the same. Alright, so we got this little thing here. Let's maybe open this pit up. I'm just gonna try to, like, maybe I'm tempted to use another tree here like I did in the last post to like make this like a little nature Zen garden, but I don't know if I like that idea. You know what we could do though is use the rocks and make it like an actual little Zen garden. I think I want to spice this up some more by make this wall a little bit bigger. So let's I'm gonna box select. I'm gonna make it so it lines up. Watch this. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna deselect these ones and deselect these ones, and then EZ, make that come up. Okay, getting the slightest bit more exciting, slightly. Let's add a, so one thing that kind of helps make these little windows pop is to add a kind of like a little rim. So I'm doing that. You can do it in the same thing with the wireframe, but when it's curved, it just starts getting kind of funky. So the way I've been doing it, Shift D, separate selection, grab that, get rid of solidify, get rid of bevel, add a skin, need to mark. I always just select everything and hit mark root, and that usually ends up getting it. So Control A. Oh dude, I selected the wrong freaking thing. I was supposed to select the glass. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. This is good because now I have that too. But I need to scale it out a little bit. I'm pressing Shift Z to control the axis. Make that a little bit bigger. Okay, and that won't be the glass material. That will be probably the lighter material I have. Okay, so let's see what we're looking like. Should we have this glass go? Maybe we only make the glass go part way around, like to here. Maybe we get rid of it here altogether. I'm like going back and forth like nuts. This is how these posts go. I need to get faster. The 3 p.m. deadline is approaching, and these things have been taking a while to render. I usually make them 10 seconds at like 30 frames per second, which I don't usually do 30 FPS, but it looks a lot better. And as you've probably seen in my tutorials before, I use the Render Street service, so I'm not rendering that stuff on my computer. Okay, so we got that. Let's make this would be cool. Let's move this up so it's like a half thing. You know, maybe we actually keep it on the other side and do that. So now I want to, let's just forget about that for now. Forget about that. Let's bring this up. That's kind of nifty. Mike Myers, the Halloween killer. Sorry if that's your actual name, and people probably make fun of you for that all the time. Mike wants to know, do you use 2.8 in production? How stable is it? Yes, that's literally what they say on all the, like everything is like, don't use this in production. It will mess up. And I don't know, it's like, it's stable, it works fine. So admittedly, yes, there has been at least one paid project where I used it in production, and thank goodness it did not crash, because that would have been really bad. Yeah, I mean, and most of the, I don't know, I mean, I guess there's really not a good reason for why I would use it. I just messed this up. I don't know why I did that. Okay. These need to be smooth shaded. Smooth shade. Let's give this some roundedness. I wish there was like a, I don't know. I mean, you can use a bevel here or a subdivision surface, but that just adds so much geometry that you don't need. Shade smooth. There it is. Smooth shading. Okay. So yeah, I have been using 2.8 in production. All right, what am I doing here? Let's just get rid of this over here. We're gonna keep it on the other side. Glass is coming down from the roof. Let's like RC, and let's like go up now. That's kind of cool. Get that double look. Yeah, I kind of like that. Little detail. Love Beats says your ice tutorial could really be used in the branding and visual identity of a business. That is lovely that you say that, because that's really what I go for with most of my work. I want it to be like commercially applicable, like something that you could use for a business. So thanks for saying that. Now what I'm going to do is do the same thing I did earlier. Selection. And you know, I can actually copy the modifier here. So let's go Shift, click, Shift, Control L, link modifiers. Now we need to select this one, change the material to that one, tab, Control A, make that kind of thin. Let's do that one and that one, easy. I don't want it to go over like that. We'll leave it though, I think it looks alright. So this is kind of shaping up out here. I think I want to maybe now add in like some assets of some sort. Does that look like a G? You tell me. I think it's close enough. We're going for abstract here. We got our little thing going on right there. Maybe this goes all the way to the center. Let's see what that looks like. Don't like it. Alright, so this will be our little Zen garden. Now let's maybe we should actually make it like a little concentric. I don't want to get too crazy with circles because I feel like a lot of letters have circles. I don't want to like overdo this whole concentric circle thing. Love Beats, I am not tired of reading your comments. I love that you're here and I love that you're engaged. I will never grow tired of that. Okay, so I got my little Zen garden. I think I'm gonna make like a, let's make a sand thing. Let's add a mesh circle. Scale this out. I think actually we need to give this some more vertices. Circle, let's make this 64. Oh, numlock. 64. Guys, I'm getting really hungry. I don't know what to do about that. I haven't eaten much in the way of breakfast. So I'm making the Zen garden. I keep saying Zen garden, so I'm like, hey, let's do it. So the way I'm gonna do this is just, actually, you know what? I should probably, let's do, wait, let's see if we can do the grid fill. I wonder if that, I want to add like a displacement to this. Yeah, grid fill will work. I want it to be as normal as possible. I guess this is probably gonna look the same all the way around. Let's span. No. I think it's pretty good like that. So let's add a Displacement Modifier. And turn the strength, well, no. Let's add a new one. Let's just name it Displace. Add a texture. Ooh, Mike, you're right. It could be a Q. Maybe we need to emphasize this a little more. Alright, so I'm adding a displace. Going here. We're going to use a... I think I want to do a marble texture. Let's make this, yeah, that might work. Okay, depth. Let's get that down. Size. Let's get that. Something like that. Turbulence. Let's turn that down for now. Shade smooth. Strength. Not quite so much. Let's move this up a little bit. Okay, so let's shade it smooth. Shade it smooth. Now, I think I want to make the size. Oh wait, we need to add. The problem is I'm running out of geometry here. So I'm going to add a subdivision surface. I guess probably before this. Sometimes with displace, it's good to add one before to give yourself the geometry. And then how many things do we have here? Okay. I don't want to make this too high poly. I'm going to add one after too. So now that display should be a little bit smoother. Alright, so let's make it... Oh wait, we need to turn up the... maybe the turbulence a little. Nabla. I don't know what that does. Size. Maybe we need to make it like... You know what? Since these are all animated, I should probably animate this. Let's move this down. Ugh. I want it to be... Maybe we try a different one here. Maybe magic. Depth. I do like that. I gotta tell you. I want to make it bigger though. There's a way you can do it with object offset. I should probably do that. I'm going to add a empty cube. Make it a little freaking smaller since it's always huge. I'm just going to move this up here and over here out of the way. And then I'm going to put this as the coordinates, object, empty. And now I should be able to scale this up. Yeah. Not liking the way that looks so much anymore. Let's go back to the settings. And maybe I just use wood. It's a little more like a... Oh, that's perfect. Let's do that. And now this can obviously give us a little more control over what we're getting. I kind of like the idea of it being like just offset like that. Maybe like there. And then yeah, that's pretty good. My viewership is dropping. I know this is getting boring, guys. Thanks to those of you who are watching. This is the first live stream, by the way. A little bit of update here. I have never done a live stream before, so I'm like really like this is the raw Derek process here. A little bit scratchy, but I hope you guys are enjoying something. I'm having a good time. Randomish add-on. Love beats. I do not really listen to reggaeton. I think I've heard enough to know what that is, but I do not. That's not something I think I really listen to. I'm trying to figure out how I would want that animated. I don't want too many. That's probably pretty good. Now, let's see. Okay, got that. I don't really need it to loop, but I could, that's not going to work because this is like a, maybe if we add noise to this, it'll be a little bit different. Can you add noise? Rings, bands, ring band noise. That's what I want. Size, turbulence. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so we're going to put this right here at the front. And then down here at the end, we'll have it be like over here. Let's see how that looks. I think that's pretty solid. Now let's maybe just do a little bit of camera setup. So this is the camera left over from the F, which is obviously going to need to change. So I think the first camera will be this one around the outside like I normally do. That actually works sort of similar to the way I had the F right there. Let's, so here's the first camera. Let's get this set up. So I'm looking at my camera view over here. We can probably pop into rendered there. Now, I'm going to bring this back. Something like that. Replace single keyframe. Alright, we're getting something funky with the glass over here. I think it's the same issue we had earlier. Don't want that bevel. Okay. Gone. Okay, so I am trying to figure out where to put this camera starting out. So the Z rotation and the location are controlled on this camera. And then that rotation of the whole thing is controlled by this big empty that everything's parented to. So I want to figure out where I want to start this thing. Probably like kind of on the side here. Replace single keyframe. And then we'll probably have it come over to sort of like the front. So about 135. The camera, I have it set up to switch the camera, so it's like I can't see it when it's on that keyframe. Now I think I can, since this is all centered up in this middle, I can get rid of this Z rotation 0. Replace keyframe. Okay, now does this have... Now I think this whole thing can look down a little bit more. Yeah. And let's have it get maybe a little bit closer instead of further. Play a single keyframe. Maybe we have it rotate downwards at the end. And this is going to be the same. We're going to need to rotate up. This could be also used for branding in an ad. That's good. Yeah, Love Beats. I'm curious in the chat what kind of stuff you're working on. You seem to be also interested in the way you can apply 3D. That's kind of the big thing I'm interested in, is how do you take this stuff and turn it into something somebody wants to pay you for? That's always the big question. Now, for this material, I think I want it to actually look a little bit more like a Zen garden, so I think I can get rid of this glass probably. So I have a material here, a sand material. I'm going to append in from another project I'm working on. 111 projects. Da, 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 da. Material. Sand. Somewhere I have a sand material. I think. Dirt, glass, plastic, sand. Boom. So I already have that all set up, so I can use that. And it didn't load anyways. This is a texture, by the way, from Polygon. Now I think I mostly just want to use the color here. So let's just let's disconnect these for now. Maybe we'll hold on to the normal. So I need to open this up. Textures, Polygon, sand wavy. You guys should totally check out Polygon, by the way. Good stuff. Normal 3K. And then we need to replace the color as well. Open sand wavy. Color variation 1, 3K. Okay. Now, that's there. A little hard to see. Let's, oh wait, I think it needs to be unwrapped. You unwrap. Yeah. I don't know if I want the color because that's going to actually mess me up. Maybe this was a bad idea. So for the color, let's use this color, which should be, shoot, okay. I'm just going to try to get it kind of close. Well, no, we'll just, you know what? Let's just make the sand adjustable lighter. Oh, wait, no. What we can do is here, let's copy this. Let's copy all this. It's hard to, so like I have this all set up with math to give me the color for the, you know, the appropriate day. But I haven't really worked it out so that I can just pull what color that actually is. I just know it's on that color ramp. So I'm going to paste this up here. Where did it go? Here it is. So we're going to put that into the color. Let's get nodes getting messy. Color. Now, you know what? I'm just going to say forget about all this. We're going to keep the material here, but this is going to be sand adjustable. Probably won't be using it again, but yeah. Okay, so Mike Myers in the chat is asking what my history with Blender is. So, and if I started with an Autodesk product. So I did actually, I guess technically start with an Autodesk product. So I had a class in high school called Drafting 1, and that was when I was a freshman in high school. And that was basically to make drafting things. Yeah, so do like drawings. I'm trying to work and talk here. This is quite challenging. I can't even get this plugged in. So so the first part of the class was like hand drafting, where we actually learned how to do like actual, like, you know, we'd have a T-square and we'd tape everything down and stuff like that. And that was pretty sweet, I guess you could say. And then the second, that was like, so that was the first half of the class. And actually before that in middle school, I took like an architecture class or something. We used AutoCAD to do some floor planning. So that was, I guess, the first. But in high school is when I kind of got more into it. So, by the way, I'm just setting up kind of like a little procedural material here for the noise. Let's make this object. So yeah, we did, you know, classes on just general CAD stuff. Did a lot of AutoCAD, and then in high school, like by the time I got to CAD 3, which was like the last one, you started to use SolidWorks, which is not actually by Autodesk, but I think Dassault Systems is the company that makes that. And that was the first time I really used the 3D software. And there was like a senior student in the class that was kind of like knew what he was doing already and was screwing around in it the first day. And he just had this, he had like this cube and he just like made a cube and then like rotated it, which is the most basic thing, but my mind was like blown. I was like, oh my god, like this dude is like has real objects in the 3D world. Like that was the coolest thing I had ever seen in my entire life. It was really from that point forward that I that I really got into 3D. So obviously I used the software SolidWorks in class quite a bit, and that was all fine and dandy, but I wanted more. So there was another older student in the class who told me about Maya. He said, hey, they have a personal learning edition for students. It's free for like 30 days or something, or maybe it's free altogether, but the renders had a watermark or something. So I kind of messed with that, but I really didn't go very far with that. It just kind of wasn't working out the way I wanted. Here, I've got an idea for this piece of glass. It wasn't working out the way I wanted, so yeah, it was kind of cool, but I didn't love it. And then at some point, I think at that same time, I tried 3ds Max. Somebody gave me a license or something. Don't know where that came from, but I think they had a similar thing where it's like a trial. And so I started using 3ds Max, and that was a similar story to Maya, where it was kind of just like it was cool, but it was kind of clunky. Didn't love it. And then I found Blender at some point, and that would have been still in high school that I started using Blender, because I know some of my first projects. All right, I like this little thing. We're gonna move this to the other side too, and the way I'm gonna do that, I think, is to tab into edit mode, go around here, SY -1. So anyways, back to the story. Glad that worked out. Oh freaking heck, it didn't work out. I want to shift D SY -1. Okay, now we're good. So yeah, I eventually found out about Blender, and I think I could tell that the software was a little bit jankier than the other ones, but it worked like fine. And oh boy, what have we got going here? Now we need to screw with this. RZ. Let's put that there. Now we need to adjust the empty thing again. This is getting very complicated. We have been streaming for an hour, guys. A little over an hour. Isn't that exciting? Alright, I really screwed this up now. RZ. If we put that there. Okay, this is why I knew the empty. Sorry, decompiler. This is why I knew that wasn't going to be friendly for me. It's because I knew I was going to have to adjust things too much. So I'm just going to put, alright, I'm going to put one pillar kind of right there. And let's say that's 20 degrees. And then I'm going to press Alt-D, rotate that one. And that one's just going to go at the end here. And then Alt-D, rotate. This one will go, let's say, 45 degrees. Alt-D, rotate. Also 45 degrees. Alright, so now I got my little pillars there. A little bit easier for me to work with. You may be better at doing that. Okay, so I'm going to catch back up with these comments now. Now these are all duplicated, so they should all change together. Yeah. Okay, and then I want to put one more. Right. Alt-D, R. Put that right there. Are we in good shape here? We don't have the one on the end over there. Oh wait, what is this? That's my glass. Looks like we got some extra stuff here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so that's both of those. And then what happened here with my other ones? Alt-D, period, 3D cursor, rotate. Okay, that'll go there. And that'll... Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's because I'm doing this in freaking edit mode. Okay, so this one needs to go back over. That looks kind of cool like that. Let's put that there. Okay, this is getting really confusing. I'm gonna delete. Oh my god. I'm gonna delete that. Make sure I don't have any double vertices in here, which I didn't. So let me see here in the chat. This could also be used for branding. Yes, indeed. And this would be Blender. Not really good with Blender. Just using to add VFX to my personal project. Don't plan to become an expert. Just have these ideas and want to create them. Love beats. That is exactly how I started. I really did not ever have an intention of really using Blender for much more than for fun, and I just kept really enjoying it. I kind of used it in college a little bit when I was studying industrial design. So yeah, let's see. Did I do 15 degrees from there? So let's try to keep this all symmetrical. Should probably use a mirror modifier. So yeah, I started using Blender really just for fun, and I just, yeah, I was able to use it in college a little bit, and that's what really got me more into it. I studied industrial design, like I said, so that was, I had some opportunities to use it, but I was also using it a lot for like personal projects. All right, we're gonna try to get kind of a theme going here, so let's move this over here, and then 15 degrees. Is that the same? Okay. So yeah, does that line up? Does it line up? Oh wait, I don't think I put it over there yet. Dude, what am I doing? I am doing something weird here. So the version of Blender, let's see if I can find Derek Elliott Blender. Yeah, we'll look for caustics. It's a different YouTube channel that I was initially posting some videos on, and that's going to be the best way for me to tell you what I did. There's a Blender Yafare thing. Yafare is like an old render. Blender Fluid. It was really old. It was like 12 years ago. Here's the old channel. Oh wait, no, that's not even the old channel. Videos. Okay. Is this? No. This is like my second YouTube channel. 7 years ago. Check this out. This would have been with the internal renderer and internal fluid. Boom. If you can't tell, I was in college by the content there. So there's actually an older video. Look at me, young me. There's actually an older video of me doing this animation. Also fluid animation, which is what everybody likes to do when they start using Blender, is like go straight for the extremely complex stuff. I think physics are particularly fun because it's just, you know, it's like it kind of does the animation for you, and it's a fun way to produce a very realistic result. I don't know. It was when it was really old. Like, it's when Blender had, the interface was like on the bottom. It was all gray. Blender, Yafare, caustics. Blender. See, mine looked just like this. So somebody else did this setup, and I think a lot of people like duplicated it, myself included. Thank you. I'm glad you like that. Gosh, I'm sorry. This is like super sidetracked, but now I have to find it. I'm trying to show you guys my old videos. It's somewhere. I know it is. I wish I just like knew where that YouTube channel was. I wonder what my username would have been. I think it was just like Derek Elliott. Maybe Elliott DJ. Do I agree with you saying that branding can make anything look professional? Yeah, I think branding is usually what people associate with things being professional. Oh my God, here it is. Okay, so I was under like another name, Hex Studios. It's kind of like my brother and I's old website. So here's my Lacaustics test. Yeah, so these are the people. So this is from 2009, 10 years ago. And you can't actually, so I think I added like my settings in there. Oh yeah, look at that badassness. Oh wait, that was the version. So it was, yeah, Blender 2.48a. You know, I would have started using Blender a little before that, but this was the first stuff I uploaded. And this is I mean, dude, this is 10 years ago in Blender. That's pretty, like, you know, even looking at this now, I'm full of myself, I'm sure, but I think that looks pretty good. So this is what the Blender interface looked like when I started using it. And boy, was it a mess. Like, if you guys think you get frustrated learning Blender now, just look at all, like, you can't even see what any of this stuff is called. It's just lots of playing around, which it's still the same way in Blender. It's hard to kind of get started, but like, okay, so anyways, here's my, don't give that channel views. Oh, this was another ad that I had to do for a thing, like a class. Oh yeah, look at that quality. Complete. It's not the other brand that it looks like. Please enjoy responsibly. There was some sweet music that went with this, but I'm not going to play it because it's probably somebody else. Dude, look at this pro video. This is from blast from the past there. All right, let's get back into business. This G is not going to get done in time, I can tell. I have so much other stuff I should probably do as well. Okay, so these freaking pillars are driving me nuts. I don't know what is going on, why I keep like duplicating things. I think it's because I'm trying to talk too much. All right, so Shift D, R. Move this to here, 15 degrees. Okay, Shift D. And then this one was, I think, like 15 degrees past vertical. Yeah, so let's move this around here. 1, 2, 3, that's 15, okay. So, love looking at branding. Branding, you can make everything look professional. Yeah, love beats. I definitely agree with that point. And honestly, that's how some brands start off doing really well, is just really good branding. But if they don't have a good product to back it up, it starts to really bite them. All right, now I think we're gonna be done with the pillars. We're not gonna mess with them anymore. So I'm gonna one last time adjust this stuff here. Let's get that going. Okay, let's even maybe we can leave the roof there. Let's try to do a similar thing on this side, where this goes to there. Vertices. Okay, let's get rid of these vertices. Easy. Okay, all set there. And we lost something over here. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I think there was a couple other questions. What version of Blender? Okay, so I think we saw that. Divine, welcome to live stream. Thanks for being here. Do you think someone can get a job using Blender without getting any degree? Absolutely, yes. You don't need a degree to get a job with Blender. So much of it really is based on your portfolio. And I think that, okay, a little moment of pondering here. Should I leave that open? I think I'll get rid of it. These sides are becoming way more symmetrical than I initially intended. So for that. Oh wait, they're not, because the G stops over there. Okay. So yeah, I think you can definitely get a job. Pretty much everything here, I'll kind of walk you through my thought process on that. Pretty much everything that I do now and get paid for using Blender, which, to answer, yeah, I know Love Beats, I'm losing track of these comments. So also in answering the question here, do you do freelance design for a living? Yes, I do. I haven't been doing it totally just that for very long, only about 5 months, but haven't starved yet, which is what I always say. So yeah, you can definitely, okay, so where was I going with that? What I was going to say is that pretty much everything I do now that I get paid for is stuff that I learned on my own, completely separate of schooling. So with that being said, if you were to do the same things, then you could obviously, end up, I'm selecting stuff left and right over here. If you were to follow the same sort of path, then yeah, you'd be able to do the same work that I'm doing and do it at the same quality and get paid for it. But the caveat is, it would be really hard to jump right into that. You kind of have to, I was able to build my skills while I was, dude, I swear, I just did this. What is going on? Something about live streaming just messes up your Blender files, I swear. Okay, so this is, God, it looks like a C. We really need to get some contrast here. What do we do? We could add a little wall right here. Sorry, Divine, I'm answering your question in like 15 parts. So yeah, I'm just going to stop working for a second and talk, because I think that's probably more valuable for you guys. So yeah, most of my stuff that I do, I learned all on my own, but it's hard to jump right into that. A lot of what going to college did help me with was making connections, and it allowed me to kind of get my first job, and that's a really big part of. I mean, if you're really good at talking to people, then you can do pretty well, without college. But that's one thing that I think helps a lot with college, is that you just meet people, and some freelance work has actually come from those people. Some of my former classmates that have their own little businesses and stuff now have needed my services before, but it's kind of good to get you going, because I, for one, am a little bit of a procrastinator. So for me to have, college projects that were able to kind of just keep me focused and busy, that was really important. I really don't know where I would have ended up had I not gone to college, and I almost failed out of college. Like, I barely skirted by, and just being able to get through that kind of just set me off on a good foot, where I felt a little bit more confident about my own work and what I would be able to do, and so that's what college did for me. That being said, if you already have a really good work ethic, and if you're good at talking to people, networking, you basically, the reason you need to do that is you got to find people, have to know like about you and what you do. And a lot of my friends know me as like the 3D guy. Like, there's just not a lot of, and that's another advantage of doing something like 3D. You guys being involved in Blender may think that there's like everyone's doing 3D, but it's really like still a pretty rare skill, it seems like. Like, a lot of people don't do 3D. So like, if you can just be the one guy or girl that your friends know as a 3D person, then that goes like a super long way. So anytime somebody needs something, they're like, oh, like, I have this friend who actually does 3D. And that's how like a lot of my work comes about. It's just somebody I met forever ago is like, they're just, stalking me on Instagram basically. And I don't mean stalking in a negative way, but they follow me. They've never had a need for it. But then when somebody asks some point in their life, like, yeah, I need somebody to do this blah, blah, blah 3D thing, they're like, oh, I know a guy. And it's always me. Like, people just don't have a ton of friends that do 3D. So that works hugely to your advantage. So to get back to the point of, can you succeed doing that without college? Yes, but you need to be good at talking to people. networking. You obviously need to be good at the skill itself, which is, very doable by YouTube tutorials. That's totally how I learned, by the way. I don't think I really covered that, but I did all my, everything I know was from YouTube tutorials. So I did not learn 3D stuff really at all in college. We did some of it, but it was with different software and it really wasn't aimed at the kind of stuff that I do now. So, sure that maybe played in like a little bit, but honestly not much. I think we're going to put the G right here. I kind of just find out where to put the letter afterwards every time. Something like that looks good. So let me look back here. Divine, I think we talked about that. Mike Myers, don't worry about it. You did not mess up my work. I knew that doing this was going to make things go a lot slower, and that is the truth. So let's see. We got the cube in the middle. We got the rotation animation. I think we already did some camera setup. Okay, we're missing a camera. Oh, it's this one. That's why it's all screwed up. Okay, what is... Okay, we need to get this set up now. So let's just I think we're just gonna clear the keyframe. Start from scratch here. God, I can't talk. Alt R, Alt G. That'll move me to the center. Okay, now I think I'm having some issues with the focusing. Yeah, let's clear the aperture size, focal length. So let's focus maybe on this cube. Good. Now the focal length, let's just leave it at whatever it is here. Clear these keyframes. There's like a really slight depth of field going on in all these. Okay, so I've got that. So when it switches, I want it to start. So one cool thing I've been doing is like playing with this focal length in all these posts. So let's make this like really, really shallow. Let's bring it back down to like something like that. So it just looks kind of cool. If we do that, maybe insert keyframe for the focal length here, Z location. And then when it ends at 300, we'll go, let's actually make this one a little shorter, so maybe we can hit the 3 o'clock deadline and won't take so long to render. Let's do 30 seconds, 30 frames a second times 8 seconds. Let's just make it 240. And then we'll have it end looking at the G. Insert single keyframe. Maybe we leave the focal length. Yeah, we can leave it. So Love Beats is saying, you know what? I have quite a few idea of YouTube channels, not personal, but semi-professional, and I love branding, but didn't study it, so I might contact you in the future. Obviously, I'd pay. That's certainly something I do, if you're interested in it, but if you are watching this, then I think you are interested enough in Blender to start doing some stuff on your own. I'm always willing to help, obviously. But that's actually, by the way, guys, another free business idea. A lot of YouTube channels grow to some pretty massive sizes without like good branding. So I would highly advise somebody out there, and this is something that I've actually been meaning to do more of, but get out there and like just make branding things for YouTube channels you like, especially big ones, and share it on Facebook and social media and stuff. And I would guess that they'll see it and be like, oh my God, dude, this is so cool. Like, can I use this? And this is kind of an argument, do you give it to them for free or do you make them pay for it? If you already did it, and I think this is the goal here, I think you would want to just give them that video and tell them to credit you. Most people would be more than happy to do that, especially if you're giving them a cool 3D thing. And that looks kind of nice with the G being lit up. Let's move this up a little bit, maybe make it a little bit wider. So yeah, do that. Make like free things, and if they want it just how it is, that's great. But another really good way to go about it would be to say, or they say, oh, I love this, but can you make this part blue? And then you're just like, well, this was really just a fun personal project. Like, happy to give it to you as it is, but I don't have time to work on it. And maybe they'll say, well, what if I pay you? And that could be your first Blender gig. Somebody go do that. Tell me how it works. That's like, I've done that. I did some in my Instagram. There's like some animations for Muto furniture. Those were not paid. Those were just for fun, but they got a ton of attention. Some from even the people at Muto, and I bet, and this was my idea, I bet that from that, I can probably nab some freelance work. At least that's what I'm hoping. Medium point, 30 cursor RC. I'm like still adjusting these things. All right, let's. We need to figure out how to make this G a little bit more G-like. It's kind of G-ish from the top. Maybe we just need a little, like a pavilion entryway thing. Yeah, Love Beats. It's one of my 200 ideas to start making money. I think we all have those ideas. It's funny that you say that. It's hard to... Everybody has the ideas, but then it's like, which ones do you execute on, or which ones do you have the time to do? I'm taking a sip of my coffee, which I poured when we started this about an hour and 40 minutes ago. As you can imagine, the coffee is now cold. I haven't taken a single sip of it until now, but I don't mind it. Okay, so for the... Dude, Love Beats, don't worry about it. I'm really happy you've been chilling in here. So let's see. You were saying ideas for branding, offering branding services. Yeah, honestly, like somebody watching this, there's 8 of you. Like, it's $1 million idea. Run with it. If you learn just enough Blender to like make little, like you can literally just follow the like tutorials I've done and do pretty basic stuff with text and whatnot. There's like my movie intro title tutorial. Follow that one and just do that with like a bunch of YouTuber names, and I swear like somebody will want one and they'll pay you for it, and get rich quick. Bam. All right, I think I need to add some assets in here. I think I want to put some rocks in the garden. So I'm gonna do Mike Myers. Thanks for looking out for me. I think the point of streaming is like you have to be able to engage. So this is challenging, but it's fun. So I was going to go to, let's see, where did I have? I think it was the E. I had the rocks. So E, collection, large rocks. Where are the large rocks? This is an empty collection, it appears. Select objects. Grab. Okay, I just imported a empty collection. Let's try again. File, append. Maybe it's in the environment. Oh, this is going to be too much stuff. I know it. Okay, this is... Fuck. Excuse my language. This is the entire... Oh man, this is bad. Okay, that's the whole e-post, and it didn't even have the freaking rocks with it. File, append, rocks. Please tell me they're in here. These are the same rocks that were in the e-post. There they are. Oh, well, it came in with the thing too. Oh god. Okay. There's the sweet car. I think that came from Blend Swap for free. Go download stuff, guys. It's cool. Okay, so I need to delete hierarchy, select objects. Okay, so the Ferrari is not part of it for some reason, but somehow it came in here. Select objects. Okay. Select objects. Where is it? Why is the car? Oh wait, this is all in here. Select objects. All. Yeah, that's like a bunch of stuff. I think we can delete that. So this is annoying because now since I imported all that stuff, I'm going to have all these like double materials. Damn it. Alright. I think we can avoid that by select objects. I got a double set of rocks here. Rocks 01. Let's select. Delete. This is confusing. I think delete hierarchy doesn't get rid of the actual object. So delete hierarchy deletes like the collection. Select objects. Okay, so I got those rocks and I got these rocks. So delete that, then delete the hierarchy. Now I have, this is way more complicated than I want it to be. So let's just get rid of those. Get rid of most of these probably. Now, medium point, I'm just going to scale them down a little bit. Oles GG is in the house. Why are your videos so ASMR like? The ASMR thing that you guys are always talking about is, I think it's great. It's really funny. I never intended for my videos to be like ASMR-ish. I really just, this is how I talk. I don't really do it on purpose. I guess, yeah, I think this is how I talk in like a normal social setting too. I was gonna say, you know, being on the microphone and stuff might be a little more intimate since it's right here. And this Blue Yeti microphone sounds pretty darn good, I think, for whatever, $100 it was. But, okay, so here's my little rock garden. Should I feel like I should make it so you could step into it, but then that's going to mess up my displacement. So yeah, my videos are not supposed to be like ASMR at all. But the fact that you guys think so is great. I'm glad that they're soothing. I have been asked, sorry I can't remember exactly who, to make a video that is like ASMR on purpose. Like trying to actually make one that's like really relaxing. I think that would be pretty cool, honestly. Like some groundbreaking Blender stuff. Alright, if you guys can tell, I've never really been to a Zen garden. Sorry if this is offensive. I'm just kind of throwing some rocks in there. I think that's how they work, right? No, that probably is offensive, so I know there's more to it than that. I'm just making these rocks stick out of the ground. Some of them are duplicates, so I'm kind of trying to rotate them so they don't look so much the same. These rocks also came from Blend Swap, guys. Go check out Blend Swap. Now, I think I only download CC0 stuff so that I can avoid having to credit someone. So if I knew the name, I would tell you, but I think we're in the clear. Okay, so this is the same thing from earlier. We'll just leave the rocks that color. It's pretty close. So if you haven't been paying attention, I use the same, the colors are slightly changing each post. So yeah, I want it to all match and line up. So these would be the these would be the colors from the E, but it's only 2 letters away, so the color should be pretty good. Carthy, welcome back. I know you were here earlier. Did you leave me? Alright, so I'm feeling better about this. Let's look at top view. Let's see if those rocks helped make this look like a G at all. And no, they definitely didn't. So one thing I've been doing to make these edges a little more clear. Alright, so we've got, let's see here. We've got the Bevel modifier, which is after the solidify. This should actually be before. So we should have solidify, which is our thickness. And then the bevel can come after. We want to limit the angle so that it only gets the edges. Just do one segment. And now for the material, since I have 2 materials in here, I can go to the bevel modifier and change the material to, boom. Now it has, so this is why I first did this lighter color in the first place, was to kind of be able to see edges and stuff better. And it looks like we're going to need that here too. So now how do we make those, how do we make this G a little more clear? Maybe we can make the railing come out a little more. Oh wait, and this is something cool in Blender 2.8. I can go into edit mode on both these. So shift click, tab, Alt Z, Alt A, C. Let's just move this out a little bit. And you know, maybe this moves in a little bit. Actually, you know, I think when I was initially doing the sketches for this, I had a different idea. I think I was going to do like 2 sidewalks or something. Or maybe this should just be 2 railings. Like, let's do, here, let's just make it a mirror modifier, add modifier. No, that's going to get too complicated. Let's just duplicate it, Alt D. And put it right there. Is that going to look silly with the rocks? Maybe we can move that rock down a little bit. Maybe we can move this rock. That's pretty cool, right? I don't want it to look too much like the way I used the rock before in the E. It does kind of look like that now. I think that's fine that the glass is intersecting. We'll just tell everybody we precision cut it. It actually kind of looks cool. It's being split like that. Okay, so we got the G. Oh yeah, something I think I was going to do earlier. Let's add some little like can, I think they're called can lights. I only need about 16 vertices for this. My computer is being slow. Alright, let's move this up. Move this in. So I'm making a little, just a little light. This should be a nice small detail. Scale, easy. And let's just like, I think the bridge edge loops thing should work here. I'm pressing F3 to search, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so we got that little light. So now let's put that right here. We're going to try to make it look like these lights are actually coming out of some type of object. So this will be our little light. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so that looks, it just makes it, it's like a small detail, it makes it look a little more realistic. Oh god, now I got all these materials. Okay, I could save and close, but let's, for one, let's make this smooth. Turn on auto smooth. And then we will, where was I? Material. Let's make this the lighter color. And by the way, I think I want this to be the non-scratchy material. Colors adjustable. Let's make sure that's on 7. So 7 is, this is the 7th post, and I have this rigged up to automatically pick the right color. Okay, so that's the lighter material, I think. Or is it? I think we want to just get rid of this. Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of confusing here. I should probably actually change this, my viewport color. Let's make this a lighter. And then let's make this darker so that actually lines up a little bit more. Saturation. Oh wait, not the hue. Saturation. Value. Whatever. That looks good. Okay, so we've got, let's take a look how we're looking now with the, oh wait, no, that's not what I was doing. I get very sidetracked, by the way. Okay, so that's our lamp with our spotlight in it. Maybe we make those lamps a little shorter? Nah, they're probably fine. Okay, so now I'm going to select this. And then with my cursor in the center as my median, or my rotation pivot point. I want to press Alt D. Oh god, I have something else selected. No, I don't. Okay. Rotate this around to maybe right there. I'm just going to put a few of these lamps around. Alt D. Maybe like that. Alt D. Like that. Alt D. Like that. So now I've got these lamps all around the outside. Kind of creating these nice little spots. Maybe I can increase the value on them a little bit. Or maybe I'll make it so they're not so big size-wise. Turn the blend down. That'll make it so it's like a harsher edge, I think. Maybe we turn the strength. I think that's good. So now I've got these cool little lights up there. Yeah, that's cool, right? Okay. So it looks kind of cool from here, I think. I don't think it looks too much like any of the other letters. That's one thing I'm worried about with these posts, is that they're going to start looking the same. It's cool to have like some themes and stuff, but I don't want things to be too similar. Alright, so the G. From the top, it's a little like a C. I do have this G here. How could we... I mean, I could just make this like a lighter color. Like if I literally just wanted to make this all the lighter color, that would be kind of... I feel like that would be a cheap way to do this. Yeah, we can't do that. That's too easy. Let's get rid of that. Getting some text here on my phone. I've been kind of ignoring that. Okay, Mike, thank you for... Hey, I actually just got news from my fiance that we will be moving to Austin. That's exciting. So fun to share it with 9 of you. I'll have to look back at that in a little bit. But yeah, so I live in Santa Barbara, California now. And I live here because my fiance's company is here. That's what brought us out here. But her company also has an office in Austin, Texas. And looks like we're going to be moving there. I'm pretty excited about it. And with me being a freelancer, it's really not a big deal. I don't have to like look for another job or worry about, you know, what I'm going to do, or, you know, if I can make the move, because I'm pretty flexible. I can, obviously I'm flexible if I can spend literally 2 hours just sitting here drinking my cold coffee, talking to 8 strangers on the internet. Okay, Love Beats is filming a professional ASMR video tonight for a school project. Send us the link to that. That sounds pretty freaking cool. Maybe I just change this whole thing to the lighter color. You know what? That's not half bad. The G just needs to be like... I don't know. I'm just not liking this. Maybe the rock should be the lighter color or something. So Love Beats needs a concept for the ASMR video. What can we tell him? Sorry, Love Beats. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. Feel free to let us know in the chat. I'll start referring to you appropriately. Color adjustable. Scratchy. Let's leave it at that. Okay. So what are we doing about this G, guys? What does a G even look like? Is that what a G looks like? Maybe we make these, maybe we make this come out into here. So I'm moving 2.9 feet. I know I could have done the same edit mode here, but... that looks a little bit better, actually. I like that more. Yeah. So we've got a little bit of animation going on here. The cube's rotating. We got the Zen Garden doing its thing. You can't really see it. Let's maybe jump up on the camera here so we can see that a little bit better. So this camera, let's have it end just a little bit higher. So we're going to go up in the Z. Insert single keyframe, which means we need to move this X down to keep things centered in the frame. Replace single keyframe. Let's move this out a little bit. Replace single keyframe. Let's go up a little bit. I'm just adjusting this stuff very tediously. Replace single keyframe. Alright, so we're going to end there. Now that means I want to start maybe like down here. Replace single keyframe. Insert single keyframe. So let's kind of watch this. This is kind of, it's good to do this towards the end of any project to make sure, you know, things look good. The viewport render, I mean, this is a good way to just get the feel for things. So Love Beats is a man. That is no problem to have love in your name in pink. Obviously you can tell I'm using quite a bit of pink here in my own project. I'm also a man. Mike is asking about showing some animation with Eevee. Not going to do that today, but Eevee is really cool. I have a couple tutorials where we use Eevee, so definitely check those out. But maybe my next, I don't know, this 36 Days of Type project is going to keep me pretty busy, but I would like to get back into some more traditional tutorials and do some projects in Eevee because it is really cool. The only reason I'm using really cycles for this is because I don't know, I wanted these to look really good, and I pay for Render Street, which is an online rendering platform, and it's like $50 a month, and I don't think I used it really at all last month, so I was like, let's send these guys some work, and so I'm trying to kind of make use of that, and they've been turning out really good in cycles, so I'm happy to leave it this way. You want to see this animation with Eevee? Sure, let's pop over. Let's see what it looks like. I think, let me save, Shift Control S, and I'm going to do Eevee. Let's just see what it would look like. Honestly, it should all look pretty decent. Let's just change this to Eevee. Now there's a few settings I would have to change. Like these would have to then be, or where's the glass? Where's the glass? Where's the glass? Glass. So for this, well, for one, we'd probably want to turn on screen space reflections, shadows, soft shadows, high bit depth. We'd probably want to have a light probe. I still don't know what all these things are. Okay, so I think this would need to be scaled out, scale Z, go up, Shift A, light probe reflection cube map. This would need to go out, scale Z out a little more. Okay, so then we could bake our indirect lighting. Oh, look at that. It's going. Oh, it might take a minute since there's all those point lamps. Oh, fuck. Alright, so yeah, that is one reason we don't use Eevee at this moment. I'm going to try it again though. This, by the way, is a old video I did in Blender, in case you're thinking I was watching vodka videos before this. I'm not. And we were talking about the future too, go check them out. So let's go into, let's go back into Blender. And do the EVG. Oh wait, I didn't save afterwards, so let's see if we can recover autosave. What would it be? I don't know if it got it. Maybe it was not open enough. File, recover last session. That's not gonna work either. File, recover, autosave. Nah, that's not working. Okay, so let's open recent GEV. So now just, no problem, Mike. You've been here this whole time. I'm more than willing to play around here a little bit with you. So let's change this to EV. Let's turn on screen space, soft shadows. Let's add in a light probe reflection, not that one, light probe irradiance volume. Scale it out, scale it up, move it up. Shift A, light probe reflection cube map, scale that up, scale Z. Let's save again. Let's try baking our indirect lighting while we're not live here in the EV renderer. Joke Simpelisata. Joke? I'm not sure how to say that, sorry. But thanks for being here. So did this finish bake indirect lighting? I wasn't even watching it. So we're baking our lighting there. And now I know we're going to have to... Okay, so let's now check out the rendered view with us in EV. See, I mean, like, that looks really good, honestly. The only problem is I need to enable some things to get this glass working. And I think the things you need to enable, maybe it's in the material tab here. Okay, so blend mode, I think alpha clip tends to work for me. Maybe alpha hashed. I can't quite tell if that's working. Alpha blend. Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. We got pretty far. Let's try again. GEV. Okay, I think everything's in there. So let's go to this. Change this back to alpha blend. Now let's save. Now let's go into rendered view. I'm not sure if it keeps the cache info. So is alpha, I think alpha blend is working. It's really shiny. I think that's from, maybe I need to turn this stuff on. Viewport display, custom properties. So yeah, the reflection, multiply maybe? It's not really working. But yeah, I won't screw with it too long, but EV works. It's really cool. You know, honestly, like, you can see the project, it looks pretty good. You know, the glass would just take some messing with to get that looking right, but you can definitely make it look better than it is now. It doesn't have to look like that. There's just some settings that I'm not familiar enough with to do quickly, but I mean, the thing looks basically the same. And I mean, watch, I have a 1080 Ti, and this is playing like real time. I mean, that's pretty sweet. So when you actually render it, you get those bump maps and stuff looking a little better. It looks really good. So yeah, that's it in EV. You can see it works fine. I'll go ahead and save that. But we are going to switch back over to the cycles file. No problem, Mike. Glad you liked that. Hopefully that was helped you out a little better. You can see that, you know, it takes a little bit of work to switch over between the two, but it can be done. But usually if I'm doing something in EV, obviously I'll start in EV, and you can kind of work forward that way, which is convenient. All right, I'm trying to get this glass so it isn't quite popping out the same. I don't know why this always starts on -1. Doesn't really matter, but it's a little frustrating. Now let's see how this one is. Let's also make this glass a little bit thinner. Okay. All right. What do we got here? I know we've done this 100 times, but does it look like a G? Maybe a carpet or something right here? Or I don't know, like I don't want it to be, I wonder if there's something we can do with the roof. What's up, Remington Graphics? Happy to have you here. I'm sure you guys, if you know about my channel, probably know about Remington Graphics. Grant Wilk, I believe is his name, has really great tutorials. And he is, I think, in college still. Him and Ducky, who was here earlier. Young guns, just completely crushing the Blender scene. I have really great things to say about Ducky and Remington, and really anybody who's young and making tutorials, because that's how I learned to make tutorials. I really wish I started making them sooner. Or sorry, that's how I learned Blender, was all through tutorials. And it wasn't until I had been using Blender for close to 10 years, which was about a year ago, that I finally made my first tutorial, and it's been a blast getting to kind of connect with people. And just it feels really good to kind of share your knowledge. So if you know anything about Blender, I highly encourage you to just make a tutorial, even if it's one thing you know, show people how to do that process. And it's really fun to kind of build a network, build a community, have some people tell you fun things. It really just brightens my day when you guys leave comments and stuff on the videos. Okay, so back at this stupid G. I think it's almost noon, so if I want to get this done by 3, the After Effects part where I just add the template, that's all pretty much the same every time, so it really doesn't take very long. It's just rendering it, which before I forget, let's like bump down these samples. I've been rendering them with like 300 samples, but I really think I only need to do like, I mean, when I have plenty of time, I'll do 300. It's good to have extra samples for like the glass and stuff, but yeah, I think so that this thing renders a little faster, we'll probably move the samples down. So now what else could we do here? So I was talking about a carpet. Oh, this doesn't make sense. We can't have this. Look at that. I'm trying to make these like somewhat realistic. Oh shoot, now, okay, so now I need to make, I don't know what the hotkey is in Blender 2.8. I don't want to cut this off. Selected object. So I want to move this back, but right now it's linked to this one, and I want that one to stay. So now, let's see, F3, make single user, selected objects, and then you need to go object data. Oh, come on, what's going on? Okay, so now I should be able to go in here and edit this. See, let's like that stop right there. And then this, I think I need to do the same. F3, make single user. Selected. Oh my god. Okay, so earlier when we were talking about how Blender 2.8 works fine for production and never crashes, of course, we're getting plenty of examples of how that is not the case. But the autosave tends to work pretty darn good. I might have to redo those single user things, but yeah, okay, so I think let's see if we can do these together. F3, make single user, selected objects, object data. In Remington Graphics, yes, you are correct. The kind of idea here was this is like sort of a little bit of a Zen garden. So yeah, that's sand in the middle, and it animates with, you better believe it, displacement, as we all love. There was a sand texture on there I tried to use, but from Polygon, wasn't really looking that great, though. It just didn't come through with this whole single color idea. So we ditched it. Now let's see if moving that railing back screwed up the look of the G. Let's get into rendered view here and save again. Okay, not too bad. I'm wondering if I should put a small little roof over the G. Let's just very quickly see what that might look like. So I'm gonna Shift D, EY. And then I'm going to separate this by selection. Now let's like make this, let's make it go the other way. Let's just move this down. Probably end up making it a little thinner. I don't want to ruin all my like details here, but it's really frustrating me how this doesn't look like a G. See, that looks a little bit more like a G, but it seems like a cheap way out. Should we leave it? That's Y. Maybe it could be like a little arbor or something. Or maybe it's like a, let's see if we rotate this, SY. Here we go. This is kind of Zen Garden-ish, right? We'll like do a, okay, so now I'm going to set the origin to the geometry. I don't need that one in the center. And let's try this without the bevel. Add modifier array. We're gonna do a offset here. So we're gonna make a little pavilion. That's kind of Zen, right? I thought about maybe rotating it. Would that be cool? Not sure about this, guys. Not sure. Maybe more offset. Checking up on these comments. Thanks, guys, again for being here. Will Andrew Price be here? That would be cool. If I can continue to experience any type of growth on YouTube, maybe one day he'll see me sitting here doing 2-hour and 15-minute live streams. But no, none of our guests were intentional today. But thank you to everyone who's been here. And yes, I would consider Remington and Ducky celebrities. So it's pretty cool. But I don't think Andrew Price will be here. We'll see. Someone tell him to come check it out. Actually, don't, because this is kind of embarrassing. Yeah, Weister Race. Sorry, I know that's probably wrong too. It does look a lot like a Google G. Dude, this has become a lot more trickier. A lot trickier than I wanted it to be. I shouldn't have started this with no idea. I didn't really have much of an idea what I was going to do today. And great time to do your first live stream is when you don't know what you're going to be doing. Okay, let's make this much thinner. And let's make, let's see, what could we do here? Maybe we make this go down easy. Does that look ridiculous? Can't make it go down on the other side because it would block the entrance. As if this is the real world. Let's make this whole thing come up a little bit. Maybe move it over so it doesn't overlap quite so much. Maybe like right there. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, too contrasty. We need to use the other material. Adjustable. Ugh, it just takes away from the look. What do we do? Maybe with the solidify, that can get the second material. So let's add the adjustable lighter color I have. And for the material offset for the rim, I think is the one we want to use. Yeah. Okay, so now we just have a really slight color variation on the edge. I think. Is that what I did? That's what I wanted to do. Is it not on all of them or something? Ooh, Remington, I bet that felt good. Getting that Andrew Price follow. How did it take him that long to follow you? I mean, I know he's like famous and all, but I kind of thought you were pretty big too. You got like a bunch of followers. By the way, guys, go check out Remington Graphics if you haven't. I always think everybody just automatically knows everybody else's YouTube channel because, like, if you use Blender, you're like in on that stuff. You're addicted like me. Maybe not everybody, but yeah, if you haven't checked out Grant's channel, you should, because it's really cool. All right, new idea. What if this? No, that has to be a handrail still. Let's. That idea got rejected immediately. Shift D, Z. Separate this by selection. Oh God, now where did it go? Dang it. All right, the way I'm gonna find this is plane, so that must be plane 02. Now mark route. I wish it would just automatically like mark a route if there's nothing, because it's a little inconvenient. So we're gonna make this like a little thingamajig here. Let's maybe make it a little thicker so it kind of looks like one of those pillars. That might help define the G shape a little bit more too. Now in this perspective, this is overshot, but it's actually, let's see if we can kind of line it up here. Maybe we bail on a few of these guys. Oh, let's bring back a couple. Move this over. Da, 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 da. This is so ridiculous. But this is a daily project. Like, I really should not be spending so much time on these things. I do kind of like this cascade effect. I really, if I want to get this done by 3, I need to wrap it up. And then also, besides all the other work I should be doing, I would like to get the A, B, C, D, F, G, H done today. I haven't even thought about that. But that's on a circle, so maybe it won't be so difficult. Do we like this? Do we like this? I don't know if I like this. I like it. Let's leave it. Okay. Is this G enough for you guys? Oh, is it time to end this 2-hour and 20-minute live stream? It's actually felt like it's a lot longer than that. It's not even noon yet here in California. But I am starving. Some of these texts I've been getting are probably yeah, some more texts from my fiance here. She must not be watching my YouTube stream. Shows what kind of fan she is. I'm just kidding. She's extremely supportive. I'm gonna text her back. Got text. Live streaming. LOL. Sorry. So I'll have to get back to her. So yeah, dude, I really hate this G from the top. I can't. It's like, it's just too obvious. It's not exciting. We need more. We need more. See, I'm a perfectionist. Like, this is cool enough. Like, it's just a daily project. It's gonna get buried. It's gonna get buried in my Instagram, but it just drives me nuts. Like, I want it to look good, and this just is not doing it for me right now. It's this top view, really. This is like too much of a cop-out, just this big shape. It's not exciting. How could we fix it, guys? What if we made a glass? Let's make it thin. Let's make it thin. Let's save in case something goes crazy here. Let's change this one to glass. Oh, no. See, the problem is I want this pink environment to stay like, to fill the view, but I have this HDRI out here from HDRI Haven, and when I do anything like that's reflecting upwards, you really see the HDRI, and that's fine a little bit, but that's too much. So let's change this back to the scratchy material. Okay, now moving this down though did kind of poke that out, which gives us a little bit more interest. But I'm not sure if that's the way I want to get the interest. Maybe there's some asset I could put on the roof or something. Or maybe like some skylights or wires or something. Yes, everybody. Love Beats has been here through this whole thing. He is a true fan. Everybody, check him out. Cool guy. And he is a guy. We confirmed that. I don't want to call anyone the wrong thing. So if I start referring to you in chat as who you ain't, let me know. I'm here to support. All right. Got the walk around thing. It'd be cool to have like a little dude walking around here, but I'm definitely not doing that. Okay, so Grant has a suggestion here. I'm going to lean back. I'm actually going to stand up for a minute. It's a good idea to not sit down for 2 hours straight, which is, I think, what I've been doing. So, from the standing position, Grant says, you could try cutting out a section of the solid area and replacing it with the same geometry that's on the roof of the entryway. Boom! Brilliant. So we created that little lattice thing to kind of solve one problem, and that kind of gave us a new element to play with. So Grant has a good idea. Maybe we can introduce that into the roof. Oh no, Love Beats has got to go. Well, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Enjoy class, and I'll look out for you in the future streams. True fan. So Grant has an idea. Kind of what I did for my my D. So the roof was really boring on the D. I had the same problem, and so I just kind of cut out a section just to make it a little more interesting. I think we can probably. I'm seated again. Don't worry. We could do that, and Grant is going to get a shout out on the Instagram for that if it looks good. I think it will. Now, what section is the question? So I've got some lamps placed around here. We could cut it out everywhere. Or maybe just like not where the lamps are. We need to kind of maintain some consistency here probably. Let's see. How would we do this? Maybe we would... I might have to rearrange where my lamps are, or somehow make them a little bit more regular. What if we just do like a section, like, well, let's actually, all right, I'm going to duplicate this because we're about to start cutting stuff up. This is where I really wish the old Blender method of like just throwing something to a different layer worked, because now if I want to like hide this, I gotta find it over here. It takes forever. Okay, maybe I'm complaining a little bit. That was pretty easy. But what I'm gonna do, so I can make my little skylights, is I'm gonna press I to inset. That'll give me a little bit of a border here. We're gonna run into some geometry issues there on the edges, but if we can keep this pretty tight. All right, Remington's got to go to class too. All these cool college kids just running the world. Enjoy your class, Grant. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to try, even in his absence, we're going to try the Grant method for making this. Actually, let's undo this. So Grant has this suggestion here. Grant, by the way, is Remington Graphics. Check out his channel. He's got a suggestion where we're going to try cutting out sections of this roof and using that same material, or same like kind of pattern here. I gotta get rid of this. Come on. My computer's been really slow with Control Z lately for some reason. Okay, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 piece section. I'm gonna see about keeping these sizes even. So let's delete that. Okay, so that's got a thing. I don't think that's gonna mess us up too much. Ooh. let's see. Is that gonna screw us up? I think we can move that. Let's rotate this around the 3D cursor. Move this out. And maybe we can just kind of cheat a little here. Let's move this like that. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, of course I had a lamp right there. Okay, so let's just, I think the roof sections are going to be a little bit more visible. So let's make that the priority. So maybe we got that. Let's cut out another section. Maybe just right here. Maybe like this and this. Yeah, let's make them the same size maybe too. So I'm gonna do, oh, this is annoying. All right, let's go to wireframe, Alt-Z. I still can't see that thing. Okay, so it's right there. Anyways, let's just do it from this view. Let's see if we can select, oh my God, okay. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should make it the same size. Now if we follow this line up, let's just eyeball it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's this one. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now let's inset these also. Inset. Can't really see what I'm doing there. That's okay. X faces. Okay, that's a little bit more interesting. Gotta give it to you, Grant. I thought about the window thing, but I did not think about using this pattern in there. So let's take this and let's just take one of these faces, Shift D, separate it by selection, select it, let's flatten it out as Z. Let's set origin to geometry, and then let's, now should we make it kind of go with it, or should they all be the same way? I think I'll make those like kind of circles too, so let's just move this out of the way. Now I'm going to, let's actually save it. Let's get rid of the no, let's get rid of the array. Now, select some vertices here. Let's actually, how we want to do this. Let's add, oops, no. Bring this over here. Now I'm just going to use that for reference, sorta. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem. Maybe we can move this. I think we are going too long here on this one project, guys. I'm going to have to ramp this thing up. Get started on some other stuff. Moving those pillars back inside, which means I also need to delete more of this stuff. Vertices. Okay, I'm gonna, so I don't have to keep messing with this, I'm gonna ditch the whole vertical part there. We're gonna do the same thing over here. Delete the vertical part. Let's move the glass over. X vertices. We'll leave it on the ends as long as it works, which it doesn't. That's right, because we moved that. That's okay. No one's gonna know. We'll leave it. I don't want to play with this for too much longer. Silence in the chat with Grant out. Come on, fam. I know Grant's a lot of fun, but we can still have fun without him. If you are in the live chat right now, say something about why you're here, what you do in Blender, what you want to do in Blender. Oh God. Wait, I thought I had something wrong selected. I really am curious to know like what brings you. I always say I want to do your suggestions and stuff, and I know I haven't been the best about that, but I do enjoy this whole YouTube thing, and I want to make sure the content is helpful for somebody. So, yeah, always open to ideas, suggestions of what you like, what you don't like, stuff like that. Do it, just do it. What am I doing, Mike? Help me. Help me do it. Okay, so now I'm gonna copy that. You know what? Maybe I make this a little bit thinner. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit thinner. Okay, so nice and thin, not too thin. Maybe I don't make it thinner. Don't let your dreams be dreams. That is inspirational, if I've ever seen inspirationals. Okay, this messed up. Medium point. I was scaling in the top view, not paying attention to the fact that it was scaling from the cursor. Okay, so I want to do scale this to like right there. Now I can turn on to make these all the same size. I'm going to turn on the edge length, which is annoying because it does all this stuff. So let's do that 0.3. So Shift D. Actually, you know, a better way to do this would be, oops, I might have doubles. No, I don't. Let's scale this out. And then let's just get this looking kind of how we like with edge loops. Something like that. Now, okay, so we got that. I should have counted this beforehand. Knew that was going to happen. Okay, so we need to have reframe modifier. Oh, Mike, caught you before the message retracted. Tell us about the reframe modifier. I don't know what that is. It's probably the right thing to do, honestly. I don't know what it does. Alright, so what did I do here before? I'm pointing on my screen now to get this right. I've got that, 1, 2, oh, this is confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need one more. Bam. So we can turn off these overlays. So the reason I did that is just an easy way to make these all the same length. X faces. Okay, so now we kind of have that thing going on. Kind of cool. Now let's delete where we don't need it. Delete it where we don't need it. I think I can just delete all this. Vertices. Oh, come on. X faces. Alright, now let's GZ. Just make sure that's kind of under a little bit. Wireframe modifier, emissive shader. Yeah, those are good ideas. I'm talking about kind of like how to do some more contrast. Let's see. Maybe those could be glass. Would that look silly? I don't like that. Alright, let's make color adjustable 7. Okay, let's see what this looks like from the top. Oof, I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to leave the G at this. Oh man. I can't do it. I can't leave it. I don't like it. What else could we do with this little thing? thingamajigga. Let's see, Shift D, period, 3D cursor. Oh. Oh boy, I'm lagging. X vertices A, Shift D, R. Remove double vertices. Okay, here we go. Next part of this idea. Next meme. I'm gonna get this out of the way. And then we are going to delete oh boy, what is going on here? Shift N, recalculate them normals. We're gonna get rid of this. And some of those. Maybe not those ones. X vertices. And then I'm gonna make this, S, Y, 0. And this is gonna look a little silly, but we can kind of rotate this around. Try to keep that curve. So now maybe I can make these go up. Front entrance should be pipes too. Tell me about the front entrance pipes idea. I don't quite have that one. Oh yeah, dude, I know. I knew there was a tool for that. Shear is what I should have done. I always forget what that is, and I don't use it enough to be super familiar with it. Okay, so that's my new idea. We'll leave the holes. I think they look fine. Should we see what they look like without the holes? I think the holes are cool enough. It's kind of exciting. All right, let's take this and this, move it to a new collection called Trash. Let's find that collection and let's turn it off, just in case I need to get those pieces back. All right. Oh. Hold on. Let's 3. Let's I've got myself confused here now. Well, let's go back to this. And then maybe just select all these except for that. Alt D. No. Shift D. And move that over. So we kind of have that repeating effect. And then let's just move this right there. Like so, it's kind of like a structural support for those things. Let's drag it out. And maybe like drag that all the way back or something. Hopefully that doesn't look too ridiculous. This is super hodgepodge, guys. I didn't plan this one out as much as I probably should have to make it look good. But it was fun. Live streaming and talking and doing this is definitely a challenge, but pretty cool. And Hopefully, oh my god, look what happened here. Jesus. This is ridiculous. How did that happen? Easy. I'm gonna go back and, actually no, there's no way I'm gonna go back and watch this live stream. This is too much. I'm just gonna publish it and, you know, hope there wasn't like something horrible that happened in the middle that I forgot about. I probably will watch it, but man, that's gonna be painful. 2 hours of me blending. It's gonna be like super cringe. Alrighty, we got our Zen pavilion with some rocks. Maybe we reorganize these rocks a little bit. How does Zen garden rocks work? Something like that. You know, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Maybe just have like 2 rocks. Maybe just 1 rock. Maybe I move the cube in here. Nah, we gotta leave the cube. Maybe I get rid of the rocks. Nah, we gotta leave the rocks. Let's just, let's kind of make them smaller. Rotated. Put that there. Alright, let's save. Check this out. Spacebar. Control there. Is that gonna be the G? Why did this get so thin? Oh, I got rid of the solidify. Was this a new object? Colors adjustable. Adjustable lighter. Solidify a little bit more. Let's just go like down like that. And then we'll do the rim as that second color. Let's see what that looks like now. Alright, don't have any lamps hanging out in the open, I don't think. I think we're going to call it there with the G. I've said that about 100 times. And right now I'm looking for something else to do. Maybe like if this... What if this came all the way over to the center? Ooh. I'm liking that. Cursor to select. Oh wait, no. Let's do cursor to center. Shift A, mesh. Circle. What am I even doing here? Let's make this 32. Bring it up. E. Scale. Z. What is this? Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh, it's part of the skin. Alright, I need to make this a separate object. Get rid of the skin. Get rid of the subdivide. Shade it smooth. We're gonna make a little teeny tiny lamp here. Easy. E scale. Easy. Scale that. This is like total extra geometry here. This doesn't need to be this refined. Make that thin. GZ. Auto smooth. Let's make a little E scale. Easy. EF. Thank you, Mike, for making me feel better. This is a little challenging. I think there's ways I think I could have done this that would have been a little bit more easy, but I just, with the circular letters, it's really like hard to come up with something that isn't like so obvious, you know? Let's make this this color. Yeah, it's kind of hard to come up with something that's, you know, not so obvious. So obviously trying to push the boundaries here a little bit, but that, as you can see, ends up taking a little extra time. I think this is cool. I like it now. I like it a lot more now. Let's maybe scale this up a little bit more. Maybe bring it down. And then we'll go ahead and put a, I don't think you're going to see this, but I'll just go ahead and give it a little bit of thickness. Let's put a lamp in there for good measure. Take one of these ones, Shift D, drop that right there. And now it's above it now. So let's move it so it's inside. Does it hang too far down? You know, I've been trying to keep this cube the same size, but maybe let's just make the cube a little bit smaller. Bring it down. Save. Now the sand, that was another thing. I don't know that I like it being, I think I want it to be a little bit lighter. Color, hue, saturation. Let's bring the value up a little bit on the sand, saturation down a little bit. Now, are you going to be able to see the texture going on? You really can't see it. Maybe I make it shiny or something. No, I can't. It's sand. Oh wait, I don't have this set up right. There, that looks better. Let's make the scale on this up even more. Make it look kind of more like sand. Strength is cool. Detail, maybe distortion just a little. Detail, let's just turn that up. What the heck? So maybe this lamp will help me see that texture a little more. Or maybe I can add some sheen to it. Oh, whoa. This has sheen. Do these other materials have sheen? Shouldn't. Okay, so the sand has some sheen. What happens when we take that away? Okay, so can you even see the texture going on in the garden here? I can add a like a Fresnel thing, I think. Maybe clear coat would look cool. That's kind of cool. It's like shiny now. Is it too shiny though? Nah, I think I like that. Does it take away from the G though? A little bit. A little bit. Let's turn off that clear coat. Semvid, I am working on a letter G for the 36 Days of Type challenge that's happening over on Instagram. I've made an A, B, C, D, E, and F, and I'm working on the G. And then soon enough, I'll also be working on an H. I think with the H, maybe I'll live stream, or maybe I'll just record the H and then do like a walkthrough afterwards or something. I have got to be done with this G though. Is there anything else I could do? Adjustable lighter. That's too much. That's too much. Color adjustable, scratchy. Nope, color adjustable. Try doing this some more. now I'm gonna move these over. This is the never-ending project. You better believe it. Okay, there's the G. That's it. We're done. I swear. I'm not touching it anymore. Is there anything else? Now let's just make sure we like our camera set up. Don't want to mess with it too much more. Let's go into a regular view here. Camera. So we've got that. What's going on? Is it that long? Okay, so yeah, I think that honestly these animations are a little cooler from the not a letter view, at least these ones with the top. So we're gonna... Is that where my keyframes stop for the second camera? What are these keyframes out here? There were some keyframes. Oh. Wait, oh, I forgot I edited these ones in the last. Clear keyframes. Boom. 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 Alright guys, is there anything else I gotta do? Let me know in the comments. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'll see what you say, but hey, that rhymes. Maybe I'll like kind of rotate these rocks around a little bit. Like right there. Maybe the rocks should spin. Insert single keyframe. Insert single keyframe. Insert single keyframe. Insert single keyframe. Sure, why not? Let's rotate the rocks. Is there anything else that could be done? I almost wish I made all the lamps kind of like those little hanging ones. So we have a little bit of a Japanese vibe here. It'd be cool to add like a little plant or something. I don't think I want to do that. Too much time. Okay, I'm saving it. We're doing it. Let's check my settings here. I should probably do at least one test render. Let's do that right now. So that's the final view. This is kind of where it goes around. I think I don't want this to start quite so much of an angle. Thanks, Mike. 95%. I feel like it's not even 95%, but we have got to be done with this one. All right, so I'm moving that keyframe so it doesn't rotate quite so much. Okay, I think I want to see this sand a little bit. Oh God, not that. Change the camera. Where's the camera? Is it this camera? Yeah, location Z up, maybe just a little bit. Replace keyframe, look down just a little bit. Replace single keyframe. Yeah, I think we've been doing the last 5% for the past like hour here, so yeah, we're right at like 3 hours, so I think that is way more than enough. Let's maybe move that. As I continue to say I'm done, I continue to make adjustments. Replace single keyframe. Replace. G. It's a G. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to ship this little guy off to Render Street. I'm going to do that test render right now. Let's go ahead and F12 that bad boy. Wonder if it'll slow my stream down much. This was 3 hours of fun. Thanks for joining me. I'm starving. I really need to go eat some food. But this is my first live stream. It was mostly a test. but really super happy that some of you guys stayed around for the whole thing. I don't know if anybody stayed for the entire thing. I know, Mike, you've been here a long time. Thanks for that. And the other guy, scrolling up here, Love Beats was here for a long time. We had Ducky in the house, Ducky 3D. Check out his channel. We had Remington Graphics in the house. Check out his channel. Yeah, really cool to see you guys all here. It was fun doing this. Okay, I am seeing a little bit of an error right over here. We've got some piece. I don't know what it is. We're gonna have to get rid of that. And I'm also noticing that you can't really see the G, so I might move that over here or something. Yeah, I want to make those changes real quick, so I'm just gonna cancel this. But what is this thing? What is that thing? What is that thing? Oh, that's right. I forgot we had that there. Okay, so that's gone. Now the G, I don't think we could quite really see it. It's in there. You can see it. We'll leave it. It's just the frame I picked wasn't there. Alright, I'm going to save that. Now in my render settings, oh wait, I forgot. I don't have the Render Street 2.8 on, so I need to just upload the file manually. But this is the Instagram where I'm posting these guys. Check out Derek J. Elliott. That's me. Leave me a message, especially if you saw the live stream. I think I'll leave this live stream up, even though it's 3 hours long and probably nobody will watch it. But yeah, this was really fun. Thanks for coming. I'm going to figure out how to end this. And yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel, stuff like that. Go eat some lunch if you've been here this long, or wherever you are in the world. Eat some food. Stand up, walk around, drink some water. Don't blend all day. And yeah, expect to see this hopefully before 3. We'll see how long it takes to render. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. See you next time.